The Egypt codes, a very powerful way to work with the ancient wisdom, the gods and goddesses of Egypt, and bringing it into your life so you can co-create with them. You can co-create with the frequencies and just bring into wholeness that which you've done before. And what I mean by that is you are an ascended master. I'm an ascended master. We have powerful gifts and abilities just like the gods and goddesses, but we've forgotten. So our journey in this now time is to really do our best to remember our ascended mastery. Like, what are you good at? What is your divine genius? What do you do so well? What are your gifts and abilities? You know, some of those you may be aware of, some still lie dormant. So when I work with the Egypt codes and I share it with others, what we do is we work with those frequencies of Egypt that will kind of like spark a remembering inside of you. So we'll do it through journey work. We'll do it just in the session, intuitive guidance, and I'll bring them through and connect you together. And then once you have that spark that comes together, something ignites inside, something switches on, and your energy field will expand. And how does that look to you in the world? You'll start to think about, like, well, you know, maybe I want to work for myself instead of working for someone else. Maybe I want to be more abundant in my life. Maybe my relationships need to be more loving, you know, whatever it might be. So the way we work with the Egypt energies is all about ancient wisdom for modern day living. So it's about bringing that ascended mastery, bringing the energy of Egypt and those frequencies of a time of when you were in your fullness and in your power, bringing it through to this now time and living that life in this day, this now moment. What does that look like? And I'm sure it's going to look very different to what you've got going on now. So when I talk about ascended mastery, those are your gifts and abilities that you hold within. So for example, if we were to work with Isis, now Isis, her ascended mastery is she's the goddess of the moon, she's the goddess of magic, she's the goddess of healing, but she's also the goddess of fertility, of creation, of midwifing. So if you want to birth a project into the world, she's your gal. That's who you're going to connect with and work with, and her frequency is potent. She plugs you into your divine feminine. And your divine feminine, whether you're a guy or a girl, we all have that divine feminine frequency within us. She will assist you in expanding into that, because the divine feminine frequency is where your creation comes from. So now let's talk about Thoth. Thoth is a powerful god. He's about the magic, and he is also about the healing, but he's also known for sacred architecture. You are sacred architecture, you know. You may go and visit ancient sites across the world, and the need to go and do that is because Thoth is leading you there, because for some reason there's a frequency in that temple and you need to put your hand on it. And as you do so, it ignites remembering inside and awakens something in your frequency. And then you step more into your power. That's how it works. Ancient wisdom for modern day living. So Thoth is also, he's the scribe. He is what I call, the Google Ascended Master of Egypt. He is in touch with everything as far as I'm concerned. And I work with him when I'm doing really big projects, because he's like the spiritual scientist. There's nothing that he doesn't know. So if you really want to build some empires and do some amazing things in your life, then Thoth is the one that you're going to work with. And you can go on all the way through the gods and goddesses. Like Sekhmet is all about transmutation. So if you have fears in the way, she'll burn that up, because she's a lion's roar. She's got a lion's head and a female's body. So you'll work with Sekhmet to disintegrate any perceived blocks or fears or whatever it is in your life, so you can step into your fullness. So I think you get the idea of what it's like to work with these powerful deities. But what needs to be really understood is it's not just sitting at home and meditating with them and going off a school run. No. Now it's taking it that one step further, embodying them, because they are a divine reflection of you. So let's talk about you. What you got going on inside there. What needs to be unlocked, tapped into, and remembered, because that's your ascended mastery. So as I say, working with the frequencies of Egypt, you can also work with the temples. They also have their own frequency, just like any of the gods and goddesses, and you will find maybe a temple and a god and goddess or whatever that will really speak to you, and then that's kind of like your divine partnering, and then you work with them for a while, and then you see your life change. So you can really take this journey onto a deeper level, much like I did, because I went to Egypt and I have been there quite a few times, and I actually do my own tours there to Egypt. And there is a great benefit of going there and placing your feet on that ancient land and just going into the next level of remembering. So, that potent things happen when you visit these ancient places, which are still here on earth, because once upon a time you were there. You were there, living there, doing something. So you place your hands on the temples and you get this energy rush, and there's a remembrance. And as I say, all of this, the purpose of any of these interactions with the Egypt codes, it's all about stepping into your fullness, your wholeness, your totality, being in your highest expression. So what is that? Don't you want to find out?